and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the private Everlasting server. We are with our Scrapper, Silver Phoenix, who has about 2.5 million experience and now 17 million influence. If you remember last episode, I was very disturbed, or maybe the episode before this, I was very disturbed because of this, right? The last I had checked, I had just over 7 million influence, and I logged in and I had 17 million. I still don't know what happened. I went back and checked the video. At the end of the video, right before this happened, I had 7.2 million influence, right? And I had just gotten these new enhancements, the critical strike enhancement for Crane Kick. I then went over to Wentworth's after I shot the video. I turned it off, right? I don't make you guys watch me shopping most of the time. And I went to Wentworth's and I sold a few salvage. I didn't have a bunch of. I think I had one orange salvage that I sold for like 200k. I sold a couple of enhancements, a couple of recipes for like 50k or whatever. I didn't get that much. And all of a sudden, when I logged in the next time, I had an extra 10. So I had like 7.5 million when I logged off. I don't have a video record of it, but then I logged in and I had 17.5 million. I still don't know what happened. Anyway, there's nothing we can do about it, so we'll just kind of ignore it. I mean, I'm not going to need that influence for a long time anyway. Alright, so now we are at the Portal Corporation. We're on Skyway City, and we have to save 4 scientists. And once again, we have these gigantic spawns, which is just sort of strange. Now, I'm set for +0 players, so it's not like I've got the team size set to 5 or something. I'm just set to level +1, so this is very odd. I'm going to engage stealth here. I'm going to move up. I'm just going to take a look at... Come here. What do we got here? 5, and there's a Rikti Guardian, and I don't see... There's no lieutenants or anything. Alright, I'm going to take the closest guy, and now these guys you got to watch out because they will shoot you with AoEs, especially if there's a sniper among them. So these are the Nemesis. You can see they look like Prussian soldiers with these really cool guns. I absolutely love the design of these guys. They're really cool. Now, having done the pull, we only got the front spawn, which is good. That breaks it up a little bit. Now we got critical strikes, so I'm going to move on in. And we should be able to take these guys. Oh, the Guardian, that's right, they shield people. I gotta take him out. And the stupid part, and this is really kind of dumb, I understand it's like, let's you and him fight kind of thing, or the enemy of my enemy is my ally. But the stupid part with the Rikti Guardians is like, they're an enemy of the Nemesis, they're fighting the Nemesis, but as soon as I walk in, he doesn't shield himself, he shields the Nemesis, which is just weird. I guess they can shield themselves, which is kind of the way a Force Defender is, but just sort of odd to me that they would, the first reaction they would have would be to shield their enemy. Oh, there's somebody. Where'd you get to? Oh, I must have gotten too close to the next spawn. Wow, they are really close, these spawns. I hate when I miss that. Come on. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of lag here. I'm clicking on stuff and it's not necessarily triggering right away. That's a good crit. Let's do a knockdown. There we go. That's what we like to see, is the damage mitigation. And now this should finish him. Bam. Wow, that was 3 spawns from here to here. That is a lot. Alright, so let's see if we can find the scientists we need to rescue. Yeah, so one of the things I do want to comment about, in some episodes, I'm sure people look at it and go, why are you know, like, why are you doing? Oh man, I don't want to follow him because there could be more spawns down there. You know, why are you kind of doing what you just did? Wasn't this stupid? I just aggroed a bunch of people. You know, the thing is, when you're talking and running a game at the same time, look at these spawns. How close they are. It's very distracting, you know? And if you haven't done this, and I had never done it before either, it's very distracting. And the other thing is, let me see if we can pull these guys. The other thing is, I'm often talking about stuff that's not necessarily exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm like kind of distracted. And you might wonder, well, why don't I just really concentrate on this? Well, the thing is, I guess I could, but I kind of feel like it would be pretty boring if I just did this. You see? Like, why are you going to watch me just play in silence? That's pretty boring. So, I'm sometimes talking about what's going on in the mission, but a lot of times there isn't really anything to comment. It's just a standard mission. I'm beating up yellows. It's not that hard. And I don't really have anything significant to say about exactly what we're doing in the mission. Oh, I've got the stealth on. No wonder my endurance was getting chowed on. So I'll start talking about other things, like, you know, what the game was like originally, how the Nemesis first came into the game, or, you know, like what the game was like in 2004 when I was playing my Scrapper, or, you know, why they did invention enhancements in the auction house, or something like that. There was one whole episode where I was talking about how my supergroup kind of imploded over the Memorial Day weekend, and so that's all very distracting when you're... I'll aggro these guys, I don't care. That's all very distracting when you're trying to play the game. You're not watching carefully, you're not noticing that your health bar just went down, or you're over aggro and you didn't realize it because you're busy talking. I don't do that silly stuff when I'm, you know, playing by myself silently. But I assume... Look at that one shot, that's awesome. I assume that it would be really boring to watch a game where I'm not talking at all. I mean, why would you want to do that? So I try to provide a little bit of kind of interesting narrative, hopefully. I do my best to make it interesting. And hope that it's worth watching. But it does mean that I'm going to get distracted and probably do some dumb things like overfull and, you know, whatever. Not notice that my endurance bar is starting to drain, and all of a sudden I start a battle and I'm all the way down here and I don't have any blues. Yeah, that's because I'm busy talking about stuff. So one of the things that was draining our endurance before was the stealth. But one of the other things that's draining us is we're fighting multiple spawns at a time. And the way this build normally worked for me in the live game, and the way it works for me a lot of the time, is that as long as there's the standard amount of difference between spawns... Oh, that's a sniper. I bet that's a sniper. Yep, look at that. Sniper. And you see this long range he's got? And I remember as a scrapper, as a reflex scrapper, I had evasion, which gives you AoE defense. And I had Warrior's Challenge. I was like level 47 or something, and these people were having trouble with a Nemesis mission. And those are AoE, ranged AoEs, and if you step in here, you would take damage. It was fading. So those are ranged AoEs, and these guys have a really long range, right? And so that's an AoE, right? And then it does debuffs, right? So it's Nemesis gas. So I came around the corner like this, and I'm like, okay, I'll taunt them. And I came around the corner to do Warrior's Challenge to try to do a pull, and the three people I was with were standing with me, and so the guy shot at me. Since it was an AoE, and they just knocked all of them down. They're like, how come you didn't get knocked down? Well, because I had practiced Brawler. I'm like, guys, don't stand near me, you know. So let's try a Warrior's Challenge on this guy. Let's see if we can pull him. He might not want to come because he's a sniper. Yeah, he doesn't want to pull. Oh, but his friend came, which is fine. Snipers are highly accurate. These guys will come. The sniper's going to get me once. I'll pull him back. I just don't want to have to fight the sniper while I'm fighting the other lieutenant. Because, again, the AoEs, I don't have as much defense against AoEs. No, now it's going to get me right in front of the sniper again. Come on. Come around. There you go. I just don't want the sniper to hit me. Now, these guys have AoEs, and they're quite strong. They will do a lot of damage to you. You can knock them down, which is good. You can stun them, which is also good. That's the end of him. But you can see how much of a beating our hit points took. Now, I should be able to just go in and kick this sniper's butt. Come on. See? Again, I kicked that. Yeah, they are highly accurate. Is that another sniper? No, it's just a regular. It's just that they all do AoEs. So I just don't have defense. Right? Well, we have 38 now, but under normal circumstances we only have like a 13 defense. And of course, they put these guys right with the spawns too. So you had basically 4 spawns next to each other. Right? These guys over here, the 2 in the front with the sniper or lieutenant and a minion, which is a standard spawn, right? Lieutenant plus minion is standard spawn. Then those 2 guys with the kidnapping victim is another spawn, and then there's another spawn back here. Or is this 2 spawns? No, it's 1 spawn. It's just a spawn of 4. So these guys are pretty brutal if you don't know what you're doing, right? And again, like as a scrapper, super reflex, you come in to fight them, all of a sudden you're getting hit like you don't even have your toggles on, because you don't. Right? The toggle that you need, evasion, you don't have it yet. So this is pretty rough until you get evasion. And you can see that they're really doing a number on me. Right? But I knew that they did AoEs, and so I was prepared for that, right? And so you gotta make sure you're ready, or you can really get pounded. Alright. So we're done with this, and we'll go to the next level, I guess. Yeah, because there's an elevator right there. 2 scientists left to save. I'm getting a little bit of jumping. A little bit of lag, it looks like. Like I jumped back and forward, it looked like there. Okay, so we're going to need to taunt these guys because there's a Rigby boss in there. You can see him. Oh, it's just a Headman Gunman. Yeah, we might not need to taunt. They're only +1. Critical strike. Now we hit Eagle's Claw. It didn't crit. Another critical strike, so we're going to go in here and AoE. Critted 1 AoE, that's not too bad. Whoa. Oh, there's the sniper hitting me. Hang on, pull out, pull out. Come on. Come to me. I love how they teleport up to me and then they run away. Let's knock him down. 1. And he's got Fortitude on. You can hear the whining. Oh no, he put the Fortitude on the gunman. But it's not going to help you now, buddy. That's it. And it's these guys that were this guy that was shooting at me. And his buddy back there. And the thing about the Nemesis is, these guys actually act more like a normal villains would act, which is to say, they have a really long range. Even the non-snipers have pretty good range. And so they don't just stand there while you're beating up on their buddies, they actually see you, and they react to you in a way that's more like what you would expect from... oh, and he fortituded that guy. And when they die, if you notice, they heal up the guy next to them. So these guys are actually pretty tough because they can see a long range, they aggro to you, they have a longer range aggro, they do AoEs, so it definitely hurts anybody that doesn't have AoE defense. And when they die, I don't know if it's all of them, I think it might just be the lieutenants. But when they die, they like heal each other. Let's see if it happens with this guy. No, I think it's just the lieutenants. Or it might be certain ones. I'm gonna have to watch the pattern. I've kind of forgotten, you know, I'd forgotten about that, so I wasn't really watching for it, and it's been a while. Alright, so we got a clue. The scientist that I rescued told me that Rigby made off with my friend, Dr. Cook. He was the very best scientist we had, and so on. If you can't save him, no one can, so now we're going to have to go to save Dr. Cook, I guess. I don't think we're on a story arc for her yet. No, the story arc we're on is from Peter Stamets. So now we've got to defeat all villains in a sewer, so going to the sewer, we'll change our outfit to our sewer outfit, and now we're going to go to Steel Canyon. So they've taken this scientist, this is a mini arc, right? Because I think we did one mission that led into this one, and now this one's led into another one, so this is kind of a mini arc. Missed. Alright, so this has actually been a while for this episode. So I'm going to head to the mission, and I will bring you back in the next episode when we get there. I hope you've enjoyed. This has been City of Heroes.